Hi, everybody. Welcome to Saturation News tonight. How you doing, Will?
I am doing okay. This is not an empty bottle of alcohol whatsoever. Good evening. Don't question it. It's been a long day. Anyways,
Hmm.
do we have Mr. Gray joining us?
So Gray is cleaning his bedroom
Oh,
apparently this weekend and can't get on, which is upsetting.
loser.
Yes, yes, indeed, indeed. So everyone, this is Will. He's decided to come on to this horrendous thing that I somehow call a show.
All right.
Um,
Thank you
if you
for.
if you if you want to like set a background so nobody can see you, um,
I mean, no one's really getting anything other than the fact that my room is kind of a mess, at least in that corner, and I
well,
have a wardrobe that's open. Like,
if you want to, for whatever reason, there is a settings icon that you can go to on the bottom of the screen that will allow you to
settings
set
as
one.
okay, a virtual background. I understand. Okay.
Yes. So everyone,
All right.
welcome to Saturation News. As you can tell, we still have not figured out how to use this live streaming software because it took me about 3 minutes, about 40 seconds to get my audio working.
Okay.
Um, so what do you think of this setup, Will? Do you think it's pretty good?
I mean, the same thing could probably be accomplished through Discord and toothpick and chicken wire.
Thank you for insulting a $162 software.
Oh, that's money well spent.
Well, okay.
Ooh,
Here's the thing. For anyone watching, we are planning on having a lot more panels. I've been trying to get it to happen from like people around the country. So this allows me to do 10 people at one time without configuring quite just frankly anything. I don't have to go through. I don't have to edit anything. So since I feel like there's something that you would be really good at doing a news thing on. Um,
oh,
I
why?
I feel like you may know what I'm going down this route with.
Does
There
it
has been
start
a
with you and
DLC.
end with rain?
No, the
Oh,
Destiny 2 DLC since
oh, we're talking about the. Oh, damn. All right.
because
I was actually just playing it before I
I I
got
I
on.
interrupted you to come on a newscast and you were
Well,
playing Destiny 2.
I was the game was bugged for like a little bit, so I couldn't progress in level. And at that point, like none of my other friends were on, and I couldn't go do anything. So I'm like, yeah, I don't need to finish this campaign mission. But it's where I'm at. And then I went to the restroom, and then I got the message from you, and you're like, and I'm like, all right, sure, why not? But yeah, I am a Destiny connoisseur, as some people might say.
Okay, so I'm gonna. I guess since this is supposed to be the weekend version, but since we can't really do the weekend version, this really isn't news in case you're watching. It's more of like a talk show, I guess.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. Sadly, I am a horrible host at this.
Yeah, good job,
Horrible host.
Connor.
Yeah, incredibly,
Okay, we don't need
incredibly.
to watch the launch trailer. I can probably pretty easily describe
Well,
what's
you can do it. I'm just
going
gonna play it in the background. That's just what I'm doing. It's not. It's just gonna sit there and play in the background with the horrible frames per second because I still haven't figured out how to get the software to work. Or
on. Okay,
maybe it will work perfectly this time.
I doubt it.
Yeah,
Change the background. I don't care. All
can
right.
change it to Destiny, a Destiny thing if you
I,
want.
I'm not changing it to a Destiny thing.
Okay.
I remember that cutscene. I remember this part as well. Granted, I've already played through it twice, so ugh.
Was it so? If you had to give it like a rating for the DLCs, could you just explain to everyone if you had to pick a DLC package,
Okay,
which one
so
are you picking?
I'm lucky enough to be someone who's played Destiny like as a franchise since its beta. Um, like I started on the PS3. That's how long ago this was. And I didn't have much money at the time, but every time there was new expansion, I bought it. And my friends were nice enough to get it for me for my 10th birthday. And I have to say, as far as DLCs go, and pretty much among the community, the tier list goes The Taken King, which was released on the original game, then Forsaken, which was Destiny 2, and then Rise of Iron. And those are generally like the top three. Nothing really comes. I'm not a pro. Whatever.
Well, you played it more than most people. I would say that
I'm in
you
like the top
qualify.
5% of people who've played this stupid game. Yes.
Well, this is why this appears at the beginning of these podcasts, for the record.
Gotcha. Anyways, so as far as like, so those are the top three game or DLCs for the most part. And they're very enjoyable. I've played them all way too much. I've wasted too much of my life playing this stupid game. But, you know, it's pretty much well established that The Taken King was the best DLC ever released because it was the DLC that kind of saved Destiny as a franchise. Because when it was released, there were a lot of bugs. There wasn't much of a story. There wasn't really much of anything going for it. And the two DLCs that were released directly with that, which was Dark Below and House of Wolves, were okay, but they weren't great. But then The Taken King came out the second year of Destiny's launch, and it just changed everything. Like, we had a cohesive story, we finally had a tremendous raid, like we had crafting elements, we had new shaders, like whatever you wanted within a DLC for an FPS MMO RPG game, that's what Taken King had. And granted, I look back at it with some form of nostalgia because I was like 11, 12. And then as time went on, I've whatever, life went on. But then Witch Queen came out, and I quite frankly and regrettably haven't been able to sink my teeth into it as much as I wanted to because track season just started. I've really made that my main focus. However, I've probably put like 12, 13 hours into the show, into the Witch Queen. I haven't really spent much time like doing anything other than just the campaign because for first and foremost, this is the first time a Destiny campaign or a Destiny DLC has featured a legendary campaign, which is just you're at a specific power level and you're stuck there and everyone else is 15 power levels above you. And it made it so much harder. And as a solo experience, it was incredible. It took me like 9 hours to do. And for the first time, the story was like good. We had characters to care about. There was depth. There was nuance. There was, just something to care about within the story. And of course, you see cutscenes like this. It's just beautifully animated. Like Bungie themselves have very thoroughly set the bar, and the bar is very high as far as the campaign experience is concerned. However, I don't know much about the rest of it. I've seen a lot of complaints as far as the new weapon crafting system that isn't truly a weapon crafting system. And I've seen that because of the weapon crafting, Bungie for some reason added cap space or put a cap on how many materials for the weapon crafting element you can hold. And it's just plaguing a lot of people, and it doesn't look very appeasing. And then there's like a specific activity that's been launched with the Witch Queen that apparently has really low drop rates in order to complete certain quests, and it just sounds hellish. However, I haven't quite gotten there yet because, as I said, I haven't really played it. But from what most of my friends have said and what I've seen on Twitter, seeing on YouTube, a lot of people are not quite happy how it's concerned or what's going on. Really, as far as like Vanguard or like PvE experiences go, seems to be more or less the same, but the PvP, because they've they've just released a new type of like subclass deal where they've revamped one of the original subclasses. The player versus player element of Destiny has just been absolutely just murdered. But again, this is like still the first 10, 12 days of this new expansion. There's still a bit more to uncover. Specifically tomorrow, the raid releases, which is probably the best experience for a Destiny player to have. Day one raiding is incredible because Bungie, kind of like what they do to the legendary campaign, they cap your power level. So you do a lot less damage and you take a lot more damage, and all your enemies are a lot stronger. And it just takes a lot longer, and you can't really randomize your team. You have to go in with a specific group of probably your friends who've played together and know how each other operate in order to like get it to work. And keep in mind, most Bungie games or the raids are very puzzle based. In order to do damage to the boss, you have to activate a prerequisite set of things. Like, for say back to the Taken King, the King's Fall raid. In order to advance further, you had to stand on plates, and you had to pick up a buff and then stand on a plate until the debuff disappeared, and then you had to go back and collect it again. During this time, you're also getting shot at and trying to be murdered by next to everything in the room. And same thing kind of applies to every other boss mechanic, because that thing I just described wasn't exactly a boss. However, the following room, you had to withstand a wave of enemies, not get by Connor.
No, I was just turning the screen off.
Okay. In order to activate the boss, you had to survive a certain amount of time and then like read a puzzle. You always had one person dedicated to understood the puzzle and read it in order to stand on the right plate in order to activate the boss damage phase. And once that happens, you have to like coordinate fire and do a lot of damage within a set amount of time until the encounter resets, and then you have to do it again until you beat the boss. Thing is, no one knows what those encounters are leading into the boss fight. So for day one raiding, you're trying to figure out what that is, and it always takes like 2 hours per encounter to figure out how all of it works. So that being said, I'm kind of angry I can't do it tomorrow. My character isn't quite as ready as it would need to be. I haven't been able to sink my teeth into it. Most of my friends have been busy because they're like overseas and they're still dealing with exams and stuff. And I have a track meet tomorrow followed by a dance. So I just don't have time to do anything. Sunday, however, I'll probably just spend the entire day playing games and catching up. But as far as like a story element concerned, this is by far and away the best campaign Bungie has ever produced. And these are guys who made Halo Reach.
So, as someone who has played some Halo, I can see the similarities between the franchises in a way.
Yeah, space shooter. Bleh.
Yes, and since you like Destiny, I've already asked you this, but I've never actually put this on more of a larger level. Since this is the weekend show, here is something that you're gonna want to punch me probably for showing. So hopefully you don't kill me over this one. This here is a YouTube okay.
Okay, whatever.
It's the reaction to someone making fun of the Sony buyout. I haven't seen it yet, so hopefully it's nothing that I shouldn't be playing. Basically, okay, I don't get it. Sony just walks in with money. Microsoft's broke.
Because they just bought Activision.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Not funny at all.
I mean, it's
Microsoft's on its knees. Because it's like, give me
ironic
back Halo.
How, like, at the end of the day, Bungie ended up with Microsoft's main like competitor. That's funny, and I laughed at the entire ordeal, but I'm also very skeptical over the purchase because
Well,
before most people blame the poor launch of Destiny 2 on Activision for trying to push out a game faster than Bungie could produce. But then once Bungie finally left Activision in like 2017, 2018, 2019, somewhere in there, Bungie finally released like the set of content that we all thought they wanted, which was Shadowkeep. May I swear? Was that allowed?
It's fully allowed.
Cool. Shadowkeep was dog shit. And a lot of people were pretty upset over the fact that I paid $80 for this expansion, and I got like 8 new weapons, a pretty subpar raid. It was okay. An hour-long campaign and a map area where we could explore that was already released in Destiny 1 with some like new areas, but like not $80 worth of stuff. I felt pretty miffed at that. But hey, whatever. This was Bungie's first attempts at developing a new game or developing things by themselves, and it was clear that they were a little over their heads. And then the next expansion, Beyond Light, which I was honestly considering as like my last chance to Bungie because Shadowkeep was that poor. And Beyond Light came out, and it was a mixed bag. Most of its shortcomings came from a poor story element. Again, okay raid, a map that just didn't feel like we got a new planet to go explore, and it just didn't feel complete, or didn't really feel as though it was something that was really worth everyone's effort. But the new weapons brought about were cool. We got a new subclass that broke the game, and it was ugh. But I got on my knees and made another vow to the devil and said, I'll 80. Sorry, not 80. I spent 100. I spent $100 on the new DLC. I'm like, for pre-order bonuses, XYZ, give me the shit, see what happens. And I am not disappointed so far.
So what I found odd is that they bought Bungie like the week after that they put the thing down after Microsoft said, hey, we're buying Activision Blizzard. And Crash Bandicoot has always been a big part of PlayStation, but Activision has the rights for it. It was originally developed by Naughty Dog, which is Naughty Dog's pretty much falling off a cliff because The Last of Us 2 was
it was a mixed bag. Some people liked it, some people didn't.
As Saturation has on our website, I said the story would have been great if it actually followed chronological order. That was my big issue with Last of Us Part 2. Wasn't the point of the game, but the fact of how they did the timeline is what I did not like. And if you want to know more, just go to saturationnews.com and go up to the search bar and type in Last of Us Part 2 or Last of Us 2. You can read about it. It's just, I mean, it good intentions, great graphically, probably still one of the best, the 4th generation, but it just, But yeah, Crash is now part of Xbox, and Sony now has the original creators of Halo.
Yeah, but which one's a bigger game, though? Like Crash or Bungie or Destiny? Like, you have to imagine right now. Oh, that's good to see.
Well,
oh God. Shoot. That's interesting.
Blizzard never fails me when it comes to fucking things up. They're experts at it. If they were told how to run a company, they just wouldn't do it. And honestly, Xbox buying them out is probably going to hurt Xbox gaming down the road because of the issue it has.
Because fuck
yeah.
Xbox.
Yeah. I definitely don't have an Xbox like right over here. But
I
yeah,
mean,
apparent.
I'm one for shelling out to major corporations. I have like a Wii, I have a Switch, I literally have an Oculus sitting right here. Like I've like succumbed to the lords. Like it's don't worry about it. But
I
Xbox
got it.
sucks.
Well, and as you can see here, Activision's being sued over an employee suicide. Parents sued alleged sexual harassment at Activision drove their daughter to suicide. Their sexual harassment issues and their working crunch is getting worse.
Yeah, I
But
think
yeah,
this is like the third or fourth case in the last year that I've seen.
it is, and this is today. It's again. It's not funny if these things keep happening and there hasn't been anything to put it down.
I mean, no,
Um,
it hasn't been funny like at all, but it's
well,
terrible that it keeps happening.
what I'm saying is when I say that is that people keep acting, like it's some type of, I don't want to say joke, but like it almost seems to be that like some of the people that are head up in the company, so they don't seem to really care to do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm trying to say. But I believe that there was, I can't find it, but a while ago there was a judge that blocked the buyout, but it looks like it was overdone. There was a group trying to block it. I was trying to find the article, but I can't here on Google. But there is one game that did come out that I am currently playing, and Will has heard me talk about this thing so many times that he
Oh my
doesn't
god!
even.
But I can guarantee my brother is in his room playing it right now.
It has been such a great time playing Horizon Forbidden West. I have the game right here.
I
Great
honestly
game.
just wish I owned a PS5, just so I could play that. I want to play the new Spider-Man when it inevitably comes out, and I really want to play God of War Ragnarok when that also comes out.
PlayStation has better first party studios than Xbox, and they're more better built.
Mm.
Um, Xbox sort of like pushes stuff out way too fast.
You see, I have no frame of reference because
So,
I the most of an Xbox game I've ever played was Halo, and the only time I've played that was when like the remastered version came out on PC. Like I've never touched an Xbox. I think I played it like Halo 4 at a friend's house once. Like I have no reference, but because I was like brought up on PlayStation, I was like, yeah, PlayStation wins. But really the last couple of years, PlayStation's kind of just been winning with the exclusives. Everyone wants a PS5. I don't hear many people being like, yeah, I want an Xbox. What, is it Series X? Is that the new one?
well, it is. The Series X and the Series S is the budget one. That's pretty much an Xbox One, but with a
Okay.
higher graphics card. But the reason Sony has won so much, and Forbidden West is a big major part of their business plans. It's not about making good games anymore. It's about experiences. Okay. PlayStation and Disney have something in common. Okay. If you watch a movie, if you have the choice between watching Fox or Disney, you're going to most likely pick Disney. Now, I know
Yeah.
Fox is owned by Disney, but we're not going to think about that for the sake of this equation.
Yeah, but
You're
you
going to
don't
go,
really see like Mickey Mouse endorsing Tucker Carlson on a daily basis. So
yes.
I
What I,
hope not. Otherwise, we're in a dark, dark world.
the thing here is PlayStation builds better quality games. Like Disney builds better quality movies than Fox does. Even though now they're owned by the same company, you'll still notice that Disney puts better care into the films. It's the same way with PlayStation. PlayStation games like Horizon come out great, less bugs than Xbox does, better quality, more money goes into them. And speaking of Activision Blizzard being bought out, it almost looks like Blizzard's going to be. It looks like it's going to become PlayStation versus Xbox versus EA when it comes to these games, because games are getting more expensive and it's really hard to have enough money to make a game and give staff breaks without blowing $2 million. You have to have financial backing now from a large player.
And even then, EA is starting to lose some footing. Like, they don't even own the Star Wars franchise anymore. They don't own football anymore. They don't own FIFA. They don't own hockey. They don't own the MLB. Like, they've lost the rights to those games. Like, those major series that brought in, like, a consistent cash flow every year for the fan base that wants the same thing again and again. So, like,
Well,
now EA needs to kind of redevelop itself and become the thing, or just become a good developer again that isn't so hell-bent on microtransactions.
Mhm.
Because considering that's what murdered Battlefront, what was it, 2?
I don't know. I don't even play. I don't even play the games. I'm not gonna lie.
So the first battle, or not the first, because that's not right, but the Battlefront that came out on the PS4 originally, that had a sequel, and the sequel was really highly anticipated in like 2016, 2017, something like that, because of how it was just the sequel to a good game. However, EA did the usual pay to win thing and locked everything behind microtransactions and did the whole gambling mess that they're used to doing.
Allow me just to demonstrate what they've done. So The Sims 4, when it came out, and I'm going to Google just for abbreviations, The Sims here is a game I love. It's made by EA. They bought out Maxis.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to guess how many expansion packs this thing has before
69.
I go down?
69. Final answer.
I think it went over 69 actually. Let's see here.
Okay.
How many packs are in The Sims?
Oh, that's not even that much. 17. Whoa.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So and it adds so much memory to your computer because it's just DLC. And I love The Sims, but I quit paying for them after a certain amount.
I mean, how much new is added?
Well,
it's like what your character gets to like have one new thing.
So I'm actually gonna log in real quick. Give me a moment while
we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
You don't want me to launch the browser to show you all the expansions? Don't? Okay.
Don't do that.
You get the point. I've made my point.
Yes.
I've made my point, sadly. Which leads me to the next meme. This is from knowyourmeme.com.
No, damn.
One of our favorite memes.
Yeah, I know these.
And I was thinking EA should open a college. Think about that.
They would make a lot of money.
No, all the microtransactions. You go to college. Oh, dorm, this. That's extra. Internet, that's extra. You want food? That's extra. You get where I'm going with this?
Yep, I got you.
That's extra. It's just like their DLC. EA should be making colleges, not video games.
Yeah, well, education's going up, so is next to everything. So hopefully it's not like
education is so high. So I also would like to just, I guess. Oh boy, did I upload it? Oh, I uploaded it. We played this last week. I remember
what the military has.
I can't.
That's not the white clip. That is not the white clip.
Wait, no.
So, loser?
Yeah. Anyways, or not loser, just take the L. Anyways,
it's 5 a.m.
Okay.
Whoa, Jesus Christ!
I solved it. I'm sorry.
Don't rupture my eardrums, please. Thank you.
So, I will just transfer my screen so that you can see what happens. So the software we got is WeStream.io, and it's a pain because I have this menu I have to use, and all this stuff I have to turn on and off, and does this, and it's designed to have 2 people use it at one time, and I still haven't figured it out myself. So like
That's
this is
a
how I cut you off. I just click that button. Voila, there goes Will. So yeah,
Cheers.
and I have to change the audio. So this should fix that. So Ukraine put this out yesterday. It was actually on Saturation News yesterday
On the
evening.
24th of February 2022.
This is what their state came out with. This was their state commercial.
Beautiful, modern,
So obviously we're going into the Ukraine situation.
Oh, boy.
And they've been releasing videos similar to this. There wasn't a new one released today, but they've been releasing new ones over the last 2 days.
freedom and peace are what we value
Multiple
most.
of these videos. And honestly, I'm very curious who's making these, because when you're in the middle of a bunker, how are you making marketing advertisements?
You know, someone had to bring a laptop.
Yes, but do you have actors? Are you calling people from other states and making them there, or do you have someone
Okay, so
outside the country?
They probably have a bunch of like B-roll footage. And a lot of this is just coming from like Twitter and stuff, and you can save clips off Twitter. And yeah, that was like literally tagged to someone in Twitter. In the fact that, you know, it has the aspect ratio of the phone, more Twitter. But they also have like a few pictures and videos before the invasion started, where I saw it in like my government class, where the Ukraine like put out a video saying we're the men are sons and teachers and brothers and, you know, all the occupations of what a standard person is in today's day and age. No one wants to fight, but it's just what they have to do, because it's, you want to stop futzing? You good now? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just moving them. I just ignore me.
So
Ignore the
no
screen.
one wants to fight, but you have to, because it's your civic duty. And you have a bunch of pictures and probably a lot of camera rolls of people standing in military uniforms. That's probably how they get that. Are we now segueing into Ukraine? Is this?
Yes. We are segueing into Ukraine. So, I actually
My
talked to a
favorite in these-
family. I talked to a family friend who used to be very high up in the army.
Oh, farmer stealing
And what I want to point out
$25 million
here,
tank.
what I want to point out here is this, okay? And if you followed our other episodes, you would have saw me point this out. A guy got hit by a tank. We're not going to play the footage because we played it once. We don't want to play it again because it's not. We don't like showing videos of people getting hit by tanks. It was an old man. Okay.
Oh yeah, we don't like seeing people get massacred.
Yes, that. But here's the thing.
Wow.
Here's the thing. I brought this up to a friend of mine, a family member of mine who's in the military and has seen Soviet era tanks. I asked him. I said, so I'm just curious. I said, I'm glad the guy's alive, and I've said this on other episodes. But you'd think if you were making a tank, it'd be heavy enough to crush stuff like instantly, like this bottle of water. Is it gonna peel?
Yeah.
You think a tank would do this? Nothing to save, pure flatness. So I
To
asked
say
him. I
how
said,
well the cars are built.
well, either that, they have better built cars, or this tank's made out of cardboard. And I think it's the tank being made out of cardboard because these are 2 tractors. These aren't heavy grade tractors. These are about medium average tractors.
Are you a redneck? Do you know?
Yeah, I do. I do know. I'm not a redneck, but I've asked people. And what they've told me is that these tractors are not like the most high-end tractors, but they're not the most cheap tractors.
Okay, I mean, a tractor can still pull a couple tons.
It can, but should 2 or 1 be able to pull a tank?
Well, it looks like 2 are be able to pull a tank, and I believe tanks operate in a similar transmission system as cars, so they could have just put the tank in neutral and then dragged the thing. Like, you still need 2 relatively heavy-duty equipment machinery in order to slowly pull away a tank. I think this is like...
That's 2. That is 2 of them moving the tank.
Yeah. I think that's within reason.
I'm just curious if the tanks are built less quality, because you keep seeing. I don't know. I just find it strange that they're able to tow tanks.
That's not the weirdest part. The weirdest part for me is that you can see like people blow up tanks with Molotovs.
Well, we're going to have some fun now, because since we're on the subject of tanks, I'm going to make a Google search. And no, I do not want to own a tank, but rumor has it I can buy a tank.
Yes, you can on eBay.
Yes. So we're going to go to eBay right now and just type in Russian tank.
400 grand.
This cannot be an actual thing. Russian tank.
Yep, there you go.
So if anyone's curious,
For Ukraine friends support fast.
located in Mariupol, Ukraine, international shipment of items may be
Benefits
subject to
charity.
customs processing and changes.
You
Used
might
but
not get that through customs.
especially since I doubt any of these people are taking like the explosives out. Just imagine being at like the U.S. Customs, or better yet, any customs office.
My
You're
guy,
saying-
I couldn't get sliced ham through borders. You think I'm getting a T-72?
Let's take a look at these images here. Looks in good shape. It's apparently number 101. So if Russia's looking for 101, there it is. Now that we know,
There's
Wait.
7 people bidding on this. What the hell?
wait, hold on. What's this little thing mean? Listed for. So. Money goes towards Ukraine. Oh, that is such a. What they will be emailed to buyer to email. Condition used, but still nice looking. Theme military. Modified item no.
I think I can't see the rest of what you're looking at. I'm still seeing it one screen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There you go.
Used, but still nice looking. Country / region of manufacturer. Russian Federation. What is this person's
Oh, that's
Okay, this is the only thing that they're selling apparently.
yeah. I wouldn't put money on that.
I don't think I can get this by Saturday, March 26th.
You know, if they could, I would be super jealous.
I honestly want to see someone buy this and try to get it into the United States.
Oh, some celebrity definitely will.
I want to see it, and here's why. I'm
I could
just
see Ryan
curious.
Reynolds buy one and get it imported.
I could see that
I wish he
happening.
would.
My sister's cat has entered the studio. He's apparently decided that he wants to meow. Hello, Freddy.
Freddy? Like Freddy
Yes.
Fazbear?
Yes, not like that, Freddy. Yeah, come over here. I know you want food. I'll come down in a minute and give you food. Anyway, back to
Speaking
the
of
tanks.
food, my parents just texted me. I gotta go.
Well, thank you for your thoughts on Ukraine. Hopefully, I can get Gray on. and we
I
can
have so
actually-
many more thoughts on Ukraine. There's so much to talk about. with
Maybe what we'll do is on Monday or sometime next week, we'll do a full Ukraine segment,
that. Oh,
like
God.
a full Ukraine episode.
If Gray is involved in that, that could last hours.
Do you wanna try it?
If I believe Wednesday we have a half day.
Maybe on Wednesday. I'll send you the details. Thank everyone for having Will on. It's been nice. Have a great weekend. I'll see you later.
Yep. Cheers.
Bye.